Good morning, class 8 children. Today I will start chapter 1 and name of the chapter 1 is transport system. Yet the name of the chapter is transport system. Only I am teaching today. I will teach today transportation, not transportation, only the transpiration which occur in the plant. It is the part of this chapter. Please children, don't get confused. Chapter number 1, transport system, and transpiration is the part of this chapter. Now children, what do you understand by transpiration? As children, you studied in class 7th excretory system. With the help of excretion, we can throw out our waste or nitrogenous waste material through our body. So plants do not have any excretory system, so they will release the extra amount of water in the process of or through the process of transpiration. Then as we are excreting out nitrogenous waste material, plants also releasing some materials which is not necessary or essential for them in that transpiration, and most of the part of the transpiration is water vapor, because they do not have any other process to release extra amount of water, yet they have to absorb more amount of water to circulate or to distribute the materials from the root to leaves or from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. So that's why they need water, but after that they have to release it. So this is the process of transpiration. So transpiration is the loss of water in the form of water vapor. Please children, loss of water means not in the form of water droplets. In transpiration, water is lost in the form of water vapor through the aerial parts of the plant. Aerial means, all of you know, the parts of the plants which are present above the soil. They only can complete the process transpiration. Root never transpire, which is present inside the soil. So loss of water vapor in the form of water vapor through the aerial parts of the plant is called as transpiration. This is the process of transpiration. Now, type of transpiration. As children, we are intaking food. If suppose I am quite healthy, so I will chew the food and then we can take the solid food. If suppose we are not, or suppose we are having some pain in our dental pain is there, teeth we have pain, so at that time we are using some semi-solid or liquid foods. Is it clear? Then suppose you have seen the bedridden patients, those who can't chew, can't swallow, so they are intaking their food in the form of liquid through their nose. So the variety of food, the variety of ingredients are going to that body, but in a different way. So these are the methods of transpiration, because they are occurring from the different places of the plants. First is stomatal transpiration, that means stomata will help in the transpiration, or you can say transpiration takes place through the stomata. Children, you studied in the class 7, that is the stomata, guard shaped, bean shaped cells are there. They can open and they can close their opening, and in this way they can help in transpiration. Next one, cuticular transpiration. That means transpiration takes place through the cuticle. Cuticle is the upper layer of each aerial parts of the plant, mostly on the leaves, due to which now it is a rainy season, children. You can see if you becomes wet, then you have to change your dress, you have to wipe your head, face and other parts. But trees are never wiping their parts, simply because of that cuticle. Cuticle can remove the water droplet from their surface. So the transpiration occur through the cuticle is called as cuticular transpiration. Then children, this is the lenticular transpiration. According to class 7th again, you studied about the lenticel. Children, I am drawing here only. See, suppose this is the part of the woody stem, that is trunk. In the trunk, when it was green, there were stomata, and when they become woody, green parts, or the you can say the chloroplast they lost it, and chloroplast, when they lost, the chloroplast present in the guard cells also becomes destroyed, and then this opening remains open throughout their life, yet or throughout the day also. That means it can never be closed. So these openings are called as lenticels, which are found only in the woody stem or woody part of the plant, not in any green area. So when transpiration occurs through lenticel, then this process is known as lenticular transpiration. This is the lenticel. Now, if children, transpiration occurs through stomata, so then stomata always are present on the dorsiventral leaf, you can say, or the flat leaves towards the lower surface, but present on the surface. But children, it is one exceptional case. Suppose the leaf of lotus flower, it is also flat, but it is floating on the water. So they have stomata on their upper surface, not in the lower surface, because they have to evaporate or they have to lose water through the stomata, and stomata are present towards the upper surface. If it is present on the lower surface, then every time water will enter into the leaf and leaf will be destroyed. So stomata always present on the surface, yet mostly terrestrial plants have their in their lower surface, and aquatic plants have on their upper surface. Please remember it. So these are the types of transpiration. Now, in summer season, you have seen your pots where plants are present, maybe the dry or maybe the without water. When you will put some water, then you are getting some bubbles on it. So always transpiration depends on the rate of absorption of water. If the plant will absorb more water, and it will release more water. As children, if you are drinking more water and it is not necessary for your body, then you will go for more times for urination. So it depends on basically the absorption. Transpiration basically depends on the absorption of water. It creates an transpiration pool. Now children, you should understand what is transpiration pool. Just suppose you can take one example. You are taking food after school, suppose. So it will take time for digestion. Then after digestion, when it will be totally digested and it will be totally transferred to your rectum, then your stomach will be empty and you are feeling hungry. So transpiration pull is also like the hungry. You are feeling hungry for your food and thirsty for your water. So transpiration pull is the thirst of plant. That means they need water, and how they will get it or how they will intake it? By the absorption through the roots. So this is known as transpiration pull. As water evaporates through their leaves, from the lower part the water will move to the upper part, and the lower part becomes empty, and then slowly they start absorption through the roots. So it will create the transpiration pool. Now, Transpiration, see, in short, transpiration is more when absorption will be less, then plants will wilt. It means more transpiration will be there, so water will be evaporate more in amount and plant has not absorbed that amount of water, then plants started wilting. And instead of that, during these days, it becomes the opposite. Absorption will be more and transpiration is less, then every time you can get the soil is remaining wet, no water can be transferred or evaporate from it, and the roots of the plant during this season gets destroyed or damaged due to the presence of more water. It can be vice versa. Now, factors. What are the factors due to which transpiration will be affected? That means, as suppose you are getting examination and you are getting one chapter only, then you will be happy that you can score the marks because there is one chapter. So in this way, transpiration is also becomes more or less according to these factors. Children, you can understand about this sign. Transpiration is directly proportional to light or light intensity. If the light is more, then transpiration will be more because it is directly proportional. If light is less, and transpiration will be also less because it is directly proportional. Then transpiration directly proportional to heat. Same process will be here. Heat is more, it can evaporate more water, that means transpiration will be more. If heat is less, then transpiration also will be less. Transpiration is directly proportional to wind, that means when the weather is more windy, it can evaporate more amount of water, so in the windy day there will be more transpiration. Then these two are inversely proportional, or you can say opposite to it. Transpiration is inversely proportional to humidity. As children, nowadays there is humidity or water vapor present already in the water. So how they can collect more water vapor through the plants? So there will be the less transpiration. And nowadays you are feeling about you also that clothes are not getting dry in very short time. They take some more time or they want some temperature. Either you put it into the dryer or elsewhere. So transpiration will be inversely proportional to the humidity. Next is transpiration is inversely proportional to the internal factors. Internal factors means number of stomata, then amount of water absorbed, and then some cuticle present on the leaves. All these things are the internal factors due to which also transpiration may be less. Now children, transpiration, as you studied in class 7, why excretion is essential for us. So here also why transpiration is necessary for the plant, or you can say the importance of the transpiration. First point is written here, cooling effect. As children we are sweating, so after getting some little amount of air also we are feeling coolness, or we are feeling cool. So transpiration also gives some cooling effect. That's why children, in summer season we are sitting under the big trees. So due to that water transpired through the lower surface of the leaves, we are getting some coolness under the trees. Then helps in osmosis. Osmosis is the process of intaking of particles, or you can say solvent molecules, with the help of semi-permeable membrane. So this transpiration also helps in osmosis, by which plant can easily absorb water from the soil. Third is distribution of materials, either from xylem to the leaves, up to the leaves, or from the leaves the prepared food up to the root. This also can be easily distributed with the help of transpiration or help of water. Then to absorb water, helps in absorption of water also. And after transpiration, it will help to form the cloud, and by this cloud we can get again the rain to our earth. So this transpiration is very helpful for our atmosphere also. So these are the importance of the transpiration. Now children, please don't get confused that this is not the chapter's name, this is a part of the chapter's name. Understood? Part of the chapter is this one, transport system. So now children, in the next video I will explain about the another topic. Thank you children.